Well, I'll be fine by the seashore, by the seashore. I'll be fine, and I'll find love in Nova Scotia, in Nova Scotia. I'll find love. And when I go, I'll never write you, never write you when I go. 'Cause there's no heartbreak on the coast, no heartbreak. And you will sit in your apartment, you will sit, and you'll be sad, and you will miss me, and you will miss me, and you'll be sad. But I won't care in Nova Scotia, I won't care. 'Cause there's no heartbreak on the coast, no heartbreak. And I'll grow up in Nova Scotia, I'll grow up and then grow old. And with my family, I'll grow old. And then one day, I'll forget you, and just forget you one day. 'Cause there's no heartbreak on the coast, no heartbreak. I'll be fine. I'm by the seashore. I'll be fine. And I'll find love in Nova Scotia. I'll find love. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic show tonight. It's going to be really, really fun. We're going to talk about what is a bunkie. We got people tuning in on Instagram. Shout out to the Instagram people. I can't actually see your comments, but the people on YouTube and Facebook, I can see your comments. They're coming in hot, coming in spicy. Somebody's saying, only in Canada will we brag about how cold it is. Annabelle says it is -38 in Rocky View County, Alberta. Ottawa, and apparently it's only -6. Okay, that's not too bad. Burns Lake, BC. So yeah, we're going to play some songs, but most importantly, we're going to talk about what is a bunkie. If you're tuning in live, I want to welcome you. And if you're watching the replay later, that's still cool. Pretty excited to be here. And let's have an awesome evening. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm David Fraser, founder of Bunkie Life. We're in the building industry, but what we're famous for are small log cabin kits called Bunkies that can be easily built in a weekend without needing any special skills, tools, or second mortgages. Ultimately, we help our clients create extra space for meaningful connection. Yes, we help our clients get a cool bunkie, but if you think it's just about the bunkie, you've already missed the point. Really, what this is about is creating the space and time for more meaningful connection. Having a bunkie is just part of that journey.
Mary just mentioned Bunkie Life family, and I really feel like something like this and just the whole experience is we did more than just buy a bunkie.
It's not just about the space, but what happens in the space, how it enables more connection. It allows you to spend that quality time with friends and family. It allows you to be there for each other in both senses of the phrase.
Merry Christmas!
Our family realized this when we were going through a tough time. We needed our family beside us. We had created that extra space with our own bunkie in our own backyard, and we realized how truly important it is to have the whole family together. Bunkie Life is the market leader in educational videos and content as we pioneer this growing industry. Our goal is to be the go-to source for fun, friendly, and helpful advice for families, whether they buy from us or not. Our core offering is an easy-to-build or built-for-you bunkie kit. This helps our clients quickly and easily create extra space without any building experience. We're proudly a Canadian-made family business right here in Ontario. Our bunkie is often the difference between that friend or family member coming to visit or not, being there for each other or not. The reason we do this is we believe family comes first. And when it comes to being there for each other, there are no do-overs. That's one of the reasons we've partnered with Ronald McDonald House Charities in their goal of keeping families close. Because ultimately, we want to help build a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. We've committed to donating a night's stay at a Ronald McDonald House for every bunkie we sell. Hey guys, I brought you this huge novelty check.
Oh,
Check it out.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
David, this is incredible.
And as of the end of 2023, our team and our Bunkie Life community have been proud to donate close to $200,000. I get up every morning excited to help families create extra space for meaningful connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I can't wait to hear from you. All right, let's talk about what we're going to chat about tonight on the live stream. First of all, welcome. My name is David Fraser, and like I said in that previous video, super excited to be here, and super excited to be part of Bunkie Life. We're gonna talk about what the heck is Bunkie Life. Where are we gonna start? What is a bunkie itself? A lot of you maybe have done the contest for a number of years, but some of you are fresh, brand new people. So we'll talk from the beginning to the middle of what a bunkie is, and then of course, what's the big deal about them, and who are bunkies for. And then we'll talk a little bit about how we can help. And then at the end, ideally, we'll get to the questions and answers you guys have. So tonight I want to stick the questions more along the lines of what is a bunkie and what do you use a bunkie for in exactly 4 or 5 days from now. So on Thursday, I'll be doing bunkies, how to build. And so that's a live stream about build questions. So if you have any questions about builds, if you could save those for next Thursday, this coming Thursday, that would be super appreciated. But I'll do my best to get as many questions as I can in. Just last time, the last live stream we did, it was like overwhelming. There's just too many comments. So I'm gonna do my best. I've got mostly the Facebook and YouTube comments in front of me, able to see them relatively easily. And the ones, if you're tuning in live on the website or you're tuning in live on Instagram, it's not gonna be as easy for me to see and respond to your comments. So if you go to youtube.com/bunkielife, you can get in there and comment, and I'll probably be more likely to see it, or on Facebook. So that's the thoughts. I will not belabor the point. Let's get into what is and I should also talk about tonight. If you're part of the contest, you can earn extra chances to win just by watching this live stream. So tonight's live stream, we're going to have a code word. I'm going to say it at some point in the in this live stream, and then there'll be a button on the contest scoreboard page where you can go there and enter this code word, and you find the button, enter the code word, and then you get another, I think it's 250 points. So extra chances to win. That's kind of the idea. Also, if you're online, you want to share this, goodness gracious, it would mean a lot to me. Share some love by sharing this stream. You can, somewhere on the button, there's probably some type of a share button. If you tap that, it'll help get the word out to more people. And that just helps get the contest and the Bunkie Life vision and mission out there further into the world. If you like what we're doing, that's the best thing you do to help. Okay, let's go into the presentation. All right, can everybody see this? Okay, I think so. I think you can. So this is, what is a bunkie? So glad you asked. Hold on, that's not going to be good. I'm going to keep it like this. Okay, so what is a bunkie? Well, Bunkie Life, first of all, is family life. We're a small family business. We're located in Rockwood, Ontario. That's where our factory is. But we serve families all over North America. So this map shows all the states and provinces we visited as of a few months ago. We should add Texas to the list and a few other states. But I think every single province and most of the territories we have currently help people install a bunkie. Some things we're proud of. We've been featured on HGTV's Family Home Overhaul and CTV's Made Right Here, as well as successfully appeared on CBC's Dragon's Den. I'm also proud of the fact that we've written Bunkie Life Extra Space, which is a really great coffee table book. It's all the client stories from 2021 and earlier, or maybe 2020 and earlier, as well as my own family story. So it's a great read. It makes a great table book. It makes a great little something for your cottage for sure, or your bunkie. We also have the Bunkie Life Connection cards, which are your standard 52 card pack of playing cards, which is also great for the cottage or the backyard or the wherever you play your cards with your friends and family. But there's a twist on it. Each of the 52 cards has one of 52 conversation starting, thought-provoking type questions, just to get speaking with each other, but speaking with each other on a slightly deeper level. So questions like, what are you doing when you're the most happy? Those kind of questions. We've also raised over $200,000 for Ronald McDonald House charities and completed, I believe, over 11 Make-A-Wish builds. But ultimately, the thing we're most proud of are the successes of our Bunkie Life clients. That's why we do what we do. So how did Bunkie Life start, you may ask? Well, back in 2015, we ran out of space ourselves. This is a photo of myself and my oldest daughter, who's now 10. And we had her and we ran into bedrooms. Where are we going to put my mom and dad when they come to visit? And my mom was not having any of it. She started texting me, David, I need a place to stay. I can't sleep on a couch anymore. So we started looking at tiny homes and yurts and trailers and that sort of thing. But we settled on the idea of a bunkie, which is, this is the photo of me and my father-in-law building it. Carrie also helped out quite a bit. And we built our first bunkie in 2015. Right away, being the hopeless entrepreneur that I am, I started renting out my bunkie on Airbnb, and it got a lot of traction right away. In 2015, I was able to almost pay off the entire bunkie within 7 months. And then I built 3 more. So these are bunkies 2 and 3. And they were getting rave reviews. And then, of course, people started asking, Dave, can you make me a bunkie? And so that's where I found myself, was, okay, if this is going to be a thing, then what do we do here? So I started Bunkie Life officially in 2017. And the goal was to help create a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. And since 2017, we've gone coast to coast across Canada and now into the USA. Now, what is a bunkie, you may ask? Well, the name seems to originate here in Ontario. It's the short form for bunkhouse. It's pronounced bunkie. Now, it's a Canadian thing for sure, but it's growing. Now it's becoming more and more common across parts of the U.S. as we expand. So what it basically means for a lot of people is it's a cottage thing, but it could be a backyard thing. But it's usually like an extra bedroom. A bunkie doesn't generally have a washroom or a kitchen, but it can sometimes. A lot of our clients, you'll notice, have installed those things, added those things to their setup. They're usually small enough to not need a permit in a lot of areas, but of course, check with your local mafia. And all the bunkies we make as of recently, most of them are a small enough footprint. You don't need a permit in most places, but it's always up to your local municipality. Now, what's the big deal about bunkies? Why are they so important? Well, let me tell you a few cool things about bunkies. They're quite easy to build. The way a Bunkie Life kit comes together, all of the logs are pre-cut for you, and their corners are all notched. There's no measuring. There's no cutting. You interlock together in a really seamless, easy way, and everything's including, and you don't need to measure anything. So it takes a lot of the guesswork and planning process out of building a structure. There's no measuring required. So as a result, because they're so easy to build, they build very quickly, and I'll show you what I mean. Most clients can build in a weekend, even if they're inexperienced. So here's a group of guys. It's actually one of my best friends' dad is in this photo or this video. And so they are building this kit, putting it together just with some basic tools and some good old Canadian ingenuity. They're quite easy to put together. And as you can see, they go quickly because everything's pre-cut, pre-notched. I think there'll be hopefully a good shot of someone installing a board here. Yeah, so that's one of the logs there. Just a matter of locking them in place and going, as you can see. And they finish beautifully on the outside, but even more importantly, they finish really beautifully on the inside right away. So the result, of course, is more time and space for what really matters, and that's family. So who are Bunkies for? Now, really, I could say that for everybody, and on some levels they are, but the people that tend to like us the most, the people that really kind of click with us the most, they're often busy, hardworking small business owners and professionals who own a family cottage. They're businesses and individuals looking to add to their income stream in the case of people that want to replicate my Airbnb model. So that's kind of the people that we tend to attract the most are people that, they work hard and they want to play hard at the cottage. And for them, the cottage is like their happy place, their escape. And the bunkie is the bridge so they can have that extra space to get everybody all together. Now, how do we help? I would say we definitely have put in the most effort in helping people understand what their options are. So maybe for you, a yurt is a better option. Maybe a trailer is an option, but I want to make sure we clearly explain what those options are and where a bunkie could possibly help. We want to help people through the planning process and the building process. So you'll notice we spend an inordinate amount of time doing live streams like this, putting out video content, putting out articles, writing Facebook posts, these type of things, so that people understand what the options are, what's out there. We want to be the trusted go-to source for helpful information, whether you end up buying from us or not. And our core offering, of course, is an easy-to-build bunkie kit. It's what we're famous for. It's beautiful on the inside and the out, easily built in a weekend without needing a permit in most places or a second mortgage. We also offer a built-for-you kind of bunkie. So we've got a large and growing list of bunkie installers across the nation who can just do everything for you. You can build the bunkie kind of as is, which is like a 3-season, or you can add some insulation and bring it to a year-round use. Here's some guys installing kind of the windows and some other things like that. And they're a really fun product to build with your family. Ultimately, though, we give people more quality time. We're really, we make bunkies. That's what we're known for. But we're really in the business of helping families create extra space for meaningful connection. Big thing we offer too is the Bunkie Life community. So we have a lot of volunteer opportunities, in-person events. We have barbecues at the factory. And a lot of opportunities to give back. A lot of our clients are generous people, and they kind of get off on that type of experience. So we've, over the years been doing things like Make-A-Wish builds or volunteering for Ronald McDonald House or donating to Ronald McDonald House. And we have a private community of people, we call them the Bunkie Lifers, they're our clients. It's over, I think, 1,500 people now, something like that. It's a really encouraging group of people just sharing ideas, sharing information, just helping each other, that sort of thing. A lot of people find their installers or the people to help them on that little chat community there. And that's pretty much the Bunkie Life story and what a bunkie can do. We can't wait to serve you as a Bunkie Life client. But I belabor the point. I want to talk a little bit more about the contest and a few other things. So tonight, if you tuned in live to this presentation, you are going to get a code word, and you're going to go to this website right here, bunkielife.com/bunkie-contest-scoreboard. And that's going to give you a couple extra chances to win. We're going to be announcing the winner live like this on Facebook, on YouTube, on all the things on Sunday night, which is, I guess, 2 weeks from now. Is that right? Yeah, exactly 2 weeks from today. Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Really looking forward to announcing the winner. And here's the January contest live stream schedule and what's happening. So tonight is Bunkies 101, which we just went over. And then on Thursday the 18th, I'm going to talk all about how to build a bunkie. So that will be everything you want to know about build, but we're too afraid to ask. That'll be there. And then our Epic Winter Sale basically starts and as soon as the contest closes. But we might do a few teaser stuff before that, and then it'll go for about a week after that. So on Sunday, a week from today, I'll talk about being a Bunkie Lifer. What does that mean? What does it mean to be a Bunkie Lifer? And then on Tuesday, I'm gonna have a little bonus live stream about Airbnb. I've got some special guests lined up for it, so it's gonna be sweet. Some people that have done Airbnbs and really crushed it at the game. And so that will be our Tuesday bonus live stream. And then Thursday, the 25th, we'll talk about why we do this. And then the finale is, of course, 2 weeks from today, the grand prize draw on Sunday, the 28th. So that is our agenda. And that is where we're going with this. So I want to make sure that we take questions. So I've done my best. We got a lot of people tuned in, but I've done my best. If you got questions about Bunkies in general, fire them my way. If they're build questions, if about building the bunkie specifically, if you could, save that for Thursday. But I'm open to questions, and I'm going to pop them up right now as you type them. So Diane asks, I live on PEI, and we get strong winds and the occasional hurricanes. How do you think the bunkie would do in PEI weather? Now, it's a great question, Diane Allen. What I can say is that all of our structures are engineered for northern Ontario snow loads, and we had a lot of clients in Nova Scotia and PEI 2 years ago get hit by that big hurricane. I forget which one it was. Fiona, I want to say. So they got Fiona'd, and all the bunkies are still standing. They all held up very well. Some people had trees fall on them and stuff like that. That's, caused some roof damage, but the bunkies are all still standing, even though in some cases their cottages were not. So the bunkies are built very, very sturdy. And actually, we're looking into potentially getting that full hurricane wind testing done. But so far, so good. And we'll have more on that. But I would say they've held up very well. Other people have gotten hit with tornadoes, and the bunkies have survived that too. So great question, and I super appreciate it. Okay. If you have questions regarding how did you find out about the Airbnb bunkie experience? Well, back in 2015, I it wasn't really a big thing. I just started it. I just did it. That's how I found out about it. I bought got a bunkie and got a listing on Airbnb. Can it be used as a sauna? Great gathering place. We actually sell saunas. Maria, check out our website. There's a section on saunas. We sell a couple saunas. So I might not recommend the bunkies for a sauna, but I would recommend one of the saunas we sell. Do you need a foundation? We'll talk about that on Thursday in depth. Kind of. You need some gravel and some patio stones at the minimum, so you can't just throw it on the grass. But we'll talk about all the different foundation options. That's a great question for how to build. How do you recommend insulating them? If you go on bunkielife.com into the frequently asked questions, there's a section on insulation, and I'll go into that on Thursday as well. So thanks for the question, Sarah. Fiona, yeah, that was the one. It doesn't really, so no insulation kits available. So I'd say for most people's use case, if you're just needing it from say April to December or something, like kind of the, 3 seasons, you don't need to insulate them at all. If you want to extend that season, I would consider insulation. So we can help you insulate it or give some suggestions of how to do that on site. Okay, here's a good question. How long do you have to claim if you win the bunkie? Is it easy to make a washer replacement, or would it be easier to have an outhouse, for example? I'd say, so 2-part question. Question number 1, how long do you have to claim? We're going to call you that night, hopefully. We're going to get you on the phone. Ideally, you say, yes, I'm excited. And then we'll get the bunkie to you whenever you're ready. It doesn't have to be this month, or it could be in the summer, or even the fall, or even next year. Once you win the bunkie, you're the winner, as long as you can accept it, as long as you're eligible and meet the criteria. Second question was washroom. Most people are putting the bathroom bunkie, which we also sell, next to the bunkie for a variety of reasons. One thing is you're not sleeping where you're pooping and no one can see you pooping. Just take that what you may. And then Also, if you have a 10 by 10 structure like the Haven Ultra, it's 10 by 10, and then you have another smaller structure next to it, technically you don't have a big structure you might need a permit for. So something to think about. Great question. Biggest bunkie we have is the one we're giving away, the Haven Ultra. 100 square feet in the down floor, 120 square feet on the upper floor. However, that's changing soon. Keep that in mind. How long does a typical bunkie last in Ontario weather? How many years-ish? So a Bunkie Life bunkie is guaranteed for 5 years. That's replace or repair anything that can go wrong. Pretty much nothing goes wrong if you put on a great roof and put on and stain it every, whatever the stain manufacturers call for. There are log cabins that are 100 years old. I have bunkies that look pretty much brand new at my place that are still, this is after 8 years now. So I would be safely able to stay probably 25 years, but probably longer if you just take good care of the bunkie. Make sure it doesn't get any wood rot or moisture issues. That's the biggest thing. Great question. Is this like a Panabode Buildings? Yes, absolutely. So Panabode is a company from BC that was very popular in the 70s. I don't know what the heck happened to them, but they're kind of like, I never see them anymore. But they made interlocking. They were bigger. They were like, big, massive logs, and very similar concept though, just on a smaller scale. How much time for delivery? So right now we're booking spring mostly. But if you need a rush thing, email us. If you need something quick, we can make that happen. But we're kind of booking spring, and then probably by about Valentine's Day, we'll be booked up for spring or getting close to booked up, and then we'll be thinking more summer. So that's just our timeline. Sometimes we can do really quick stuff depending on the season. So I would say if you're serious about getting a bunkie this year, especially this spring before May long weekend, it's probably something you don't want to sleep on for too long. When will you be building a 160 square foot Haven Ultra? That might be happening. But technically you'll need a permit for that probably. I heard your song at the start of the stream. Are you from Nova Scotia? I am not, but a lot of my family is. And I wrote that song because I love that province. How long for an order to be delivered? I just answered that question. How did you find the Airbnb experience? I loved Airbnb-ing my stuff. It was fun. Okay. What are shipping costs? It depends on where you are, Tyler, but we can get to most major centers all over Canada for about $1,000-ish. It's cheaper in Ontario for local. And then the last mile can be expensive, but you can always just pick up from your local center. Can they be dismantled for individual board replacement? That is a pain in the butt. I would not recommend it. That's why we only ship the highest quality, straightest boards, J-grade, crazy BC spruce. That's why we only use that, because we want it to be perfect the first time. It's to take out one board is like it's like Jenga. You really can't pull out. It's like every piece is an essential piece of the Jenga puzzle. So not recommended unless it's like at the very top or something like it. Not recommended. So that's why we make sure we do it right the first time. One of our mottos is do it right, do it once. Hi, I'm from Yukon. I'm wondering, will the bunkie survive extreme winter? We have shipped bunkies to the Yukon. I think it's only been a couple of years, so I don't have a full decade of experience to speak from. But I would say it's very key that it's sealed up well, like we recommend in the manual, and then you put a great quality water shedding stain. And like there are log cabins up there that have held up well. Can you get a custom to add the bathroom bunkie to the house? Potentially. Clients have done that type of thing. Email in if you want more specifics from Amanda. We needed a permit and engineered drawing plans for Saskatchewan, but it wasn't hard to get the permit. Looking forward to spring and building our 2 bunkies. Good to see you, Doug and Heather. Yeah, they're clients of ours. Good to hear it wasn't too hard to get the permits. Usually, because we have engineered drawings for most of our stuff, most of the towns are unless they're really dumb, they're usually on board. Was there ever any issues adding a bunkie to your home insurance? Not for me, but I have heard of clients doing that. We are actively, if anyone there's an insurance company, reach out to me. We're always looking for people to add to our roster, recommended people that get the bunkie idea and are willing to insure them, that would be of interest to me. So, yeah. How much is the bathroom bunkie kit? It is $29.95. So easy to set up. It takes usually people an afternoon or two. And you just put the water line right in if you want to do that way. If you add plumbing to a structure, at least in Ontario, you have now strayed into permit required land, just as an FYI. The workaround is sometimes people use little self-contained hand washing sinks and composting toilets, no plumbing. I think I answered cost of transportation from Allison and Elaine. How do you get furniture up into the loft? Okay, great question. So the most of our bunkies have an open concept loft, except the Haven Ultra, where there's just a smaller entryway. So you want to think ahead. If you're sending a big mattress up there, a lot of people put 2 twins, which you can get in and out, put them together for a king, or actually you can actually fit 3 twins up there. But if you're going to do a big king mattress, it's one big king mattress. It's up there for life, unless you're cutting it apart. Can wood stoves for heat be added? Absolutely. Check out Cubic Mini Wood Stoves. They're friends of ours. These are great questions, everyone. I hope I'm getting to them. Jennifer says, amazing construction. If you can visit the factory, it's so worth it. That is a great point. And what I might recommend, if you want to book it, if you're serious about buying a bunkie, right now we're very busy at the factory, but we would love to have you. Hold on, that's not the right thing. I'm going to say bunkielife.com/tours. So go to this link right here, bunkielife.com/tours. If you'd like to book a bunkie now, and let's say you're far away. Let's say you're in, I don't know, Whitehorse or St. John's or St. John. You can book a virtual tour at that link, bunkielife.com/tours. We can kind of take you into the factory virtually if you want to do the virtual tour. But if you live close enough within a 3 or 4 hour drive, we'd love to host you at the factory in Rockwood, Ontario. We've got a great little bunkie village. All of the bunkies we have on our website pretty much are set up there. You can see inside the factory how the bunkies are actually made by Canadians with Canadian lumber for Canadians eating Canadian maple donuts. It's a fantastic experience. So thanks for this unsolicited comment, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Can it be built with a concrete floor? Yeah, you could build a bunkie on a concrete floor, yes. Can you buy 2 and put them together? Yes, lots of clients have done that. Just make sure you're complying with the local mafia when you do that. Do you have people who can build a bunkie in BC? Absolutely, Maza. We got lots of good handful of people on the island and on the mainland as well. Does the bunkie include the base? No. We're not going to include the concrete because that's cheaper to buy locally, or if you're going to put gravel down or patio stones, that's going to be something you get locally. But there are great instructions on how to level that. There's a couple different foundation options, lots of great instructions and videos and stuff. I'd like to know about insulation and plumbing. So insulation, we'll talk about on Thursday, and plumbing, we are not plumbers. We're not going to pretend to be plumbers. I would just get a plumber, but it's really easy to do. You're just running it through the boards. Just keep in mind, in most places, when you add plumbing, you've strayed into permit required land. We know someone in common. Brianne Whitty says hi. Oh, Brianne Whitty, my roommate from university, or my housemate, I should say, not roommate. Good to see Brianne Whitty's doing good. All right. Are they set up for heat fireplaces? Yes, a lot of people add electric heaters or propane heaters or wood burning stoves. Can you add windows? Yes, because we make the windows here in Rockwood, Ontario. We're happy to make an extra 1 or 2 or 3 within reason, and that can be added to your order. Shipping to BC? Yes, we do it. Yukon Territory? Yes, we've done it. How can you, here's a good question. How do I rent my bunkie without washroom facilities? So what I have is I've got 3 bunkies strategically located in my backyard property area, and then they all have a path to a central bathroom bunkie. So they'll kind of share, 3 bunkies share 1 bathroom bunkie with just a composting toilet. And that's how I did it. Can you hang a hammock in it? Yes, a lot of clients have done this. Great question, Sarah. Reniki. Do they require an eaves trough? Not necessarily. Some people add that, but you don't need one really. Oh no, Fiona, this Hurricane Fiona destroyed our house and 7 acres of wood. We are just getting our house repaired. I'm sorry to hear that, Facebook user. Do you do chicken coops? No. What size wood stove do you recommend for Ontario winters? Probably the cubic mini wood stove Grizzly is the best for most of our bunkies, or the Cub if we're talking our smaller bunkies like the Weekender or the Getaway Cabin. Are you able to order the collapsible stairs? Yes. It's more of a ladder, but yes. What kind of material on warranties do you have? Great question, Brenda Lynn Brown. So we have actually 3 guarantees in all of our bunkies. Number 1, if you don't love your bunkie, we will, as long as you let us know within 10 days, we will refund your money in full, no questions asked. 2, if any issues at all, within 5 years, we will replace or repair any issues that arise. That's pretty rare though. And 3, neighbors impressed guarantee. If your neighbors don't agree, you have the best looking bunkie on the block, we will personally buy them a beer and tell them to get their eyes checked. Those are our 3 guarantees. All right. Can it be insulated easily? I'd say short answer is yes. Long answer, tune in next Thursday and we'll go into that in detail because it's a great question. Can it be made bigger to allow for bathroom and kitchen? We're working on, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, here's a long comment. With the housing situation being what it is countrywide, do you look ahead and picture bunkies on properties everywhere fully plumbed and electrical hooked up for our grown kids who may be struggling with housing? What would you think it would cost to add the plumbing, septic, and electric? I don't want to get into that right now because I'm not an electrician, I'm not a plumber, and I'm not a septic guy. But with that said, I can very accurately predict what the cost of the structure would be, and that need has not escaped our attention, believe me. So we're working on contemplating going into that completely different niche, but adjacent to what we do, which is extra bedroom, bolt-on bedroom. That's Bunkie Life. You're talking about a accessory dwelling unit there. Can everyone hear me okay? People are saying they can't hear me. I'm very interested in a bunkie that I could use year-round. Do you have a connection regarding install of wood stoves? Yeah, we have a good network of clients, people that can help you. So if you become a client, absolutely. Do you deliver? Yes, we do deliver all across North America. We can go right to your front door or back door or whatever, or we can go to a major center near you and you can pick up there, whatever's a better option for you. Do you need to have your bunkie added to your home insurance policy? Well, like all decisions in life, there's a series of trade-offs. Do you want to pay a certain amount per month to insure your bunkie, or do you want to just let it ride? That's life. So you don't need to, but maybe not a terrible idea. If I win the bunkie, will the shipping be free? No. Read the rules and regulations. It is not included. Shipping is not included in the price. Is there electrical wiring? No. But lots of people will add that. We'll talk about that on Thursday. How to build a bunkie. We'll talk about that. Does Ontario permits cover the Haven bunkie as it has a loft? So that seems to be, generally, I'd say most municipalities are allowing the Haven Ultra bunkie generally because the footprint is under 10 square meters. However, you do get the odd person that has, how do I say this politely, an issue that they want to take up with that design. So they might need a permit. Not the end of the world. We have engineered drawings, although some places have a height restriction. So sometimes the Haven and the Haven Ultra are too tall. But it's worth looking into, and worst case scenario, you can usually apply for a variance and make it happen if you're really serious about a specific model, or just choose a shorter model. Okay. Do you need a permit for the Haven? As I was saying, that really can depend. Depends on where you are, your local mafia, and ultimately, how cool are your neighbors? I would never recommend a don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness strategy. I would never recommend that. If your neighbors were super cool and wouldn't care, would you get any calls? Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you wouldn't get any complaints. Maybe no one would care what you do with your own land and your own property that you allegedly own. I don't know. I'm just a guy that humbly sells bunkies and makes sure that everyone complies with their local authorities. All right. Someone's saying we can do 120 square foot in Sudbury. I hadn't heard that. I'm always skeptical when people say that. The Ontario Building Code says anything under the 10 square meters or less does not require a permit because it's not considered a building. And you can go up to 15 square meters, which is 160 square feet, provided it is single story for storage purposes only and not attached to your house. And you have to have a house. So those are two separate rules. Some people are conflating them together, but they're two separate rules. And that's the Ontario Building Code. I know it very well because I'm in Ontario and dealing with that every day. But beyond that, across Canada, BC seems similar, but they only have 10 square meter rule, and most places are like that. Nova Scotia seems to be bigger, but it's all over the map. And ultimately, that due diligence is on you as the homeowner. So we'll sell you an amazing bunkie. If you need engineered drawings to prove that it's going to be safe, we've got them. We sell the best bunkie and the best and the safest bunkie for sure. So it's going to be ultimately up to you to make sure that gets happening. If you need help with that, we have some recommendations of people that can help you go through all the bureaucracy. But for most people, it's just a call to the town, maybe send an email to get it in writing, and then you're good. Great questions, though. How many people have entered the contest? I don't want to discourage you, but a lot. Could you vinyl side or board and batten it? You could. You definitely could vinyl, Jody. It might. I wouldn't say ruin the look, but it'll change the look dramatically, and that would be a bit of a project. It'd be a bit of a finishing kind of project, but doable, yes. And some people have done that. Will you be calling the top 10 finalists as well, or was there a different protocol? So, great question, Danielle. So the grand prize winner is going to be drawn on January 28th, and that's by random draw. So the more chances you have to win, the better your chances, the better the odds are of us pulling your name. So that's just random, but the more you participate, like things like tonight, then the better your chances. However, there's also 10 top 10 winners. So the people that got the most points, the top 10, there'll be a series of prize winners. And what I'll probably do is just announce that live on the live stream before I announce the grand prize. Just to save myself from calling 11 people. I will try to get the grand prize winner on the phone, but ultimately that may or may not happen. But for sure, we'll announce both the top 10 and the grand prize winner that night. What are the odds of winning? I don't know, Krista, because it's not just by how many people enter, it's also by how many people enter and do so much actions and get so many chances to win. So if nobody does anything, your chances are better. If everybody participates to the full extent, then your chances will be less as an individual. But it's a great question. Do you recommend shingles, and is that included? Really good question, Nikki. It depends on the situation. If you got a cottage and you love the look of it and it's got shingles and you want to match it, like, all the power to you. If that's not an issue, if it's separate from your house or your cottage, or you want to get the best you can do, I would recommend a metal roof. It's not that much more money. We don't include any of the finish on the roof. You'll get the deck boards, which are the wooden interlocking tongue and groove spruce deck boards, but you need to put something on that to finish it off. So you could put asphalt shingles, you could put, God forbid, a tarp, you could put shakes, you could put slate roofs. We have a slate roof at the Bunkie factory, or metal roof. Most of my roofs, including my house, are metal. It's not that hard to install. It's easier to install than shingles, and will last forever, which is in par with what we're trying to build. Things that last as long as they possibly can. So I would recommend that. What type of lumber is used, Chris Jen? I'm so thankful you asked. So we use Canadian J grade spruce. If you go to the hardware store, you're probably looking at premium maybe A at the best. The best stuff you'll find at hardware stores is premium A. So it goes kind of common, premium 1, premium 2, A grade, and then J grade is even above it. You will never ever really find that at a hardware store unless somebody really did something wrong. But it's normally shipped out to Japan. But we manage to buy as much as we can. We buy it by the rail car often, or the truckload. And it's the best, it's the straightest and the best looking lumber you can buy without any knots. And so it's really straight, really aesthetically pleasing. And we've chosen that. We mostly get it from BC, just because our bunkies have to look great, but they have to be super strong and sturdy and last forever. So that's why we've chosen J grade spruce, as opposed to like a crappier spruce, or even like pine would not be adequate for what we're doing. Really appreciate the question though. Okay. Deliver all over Ontario. Yes, we deliver all over North America, Madison Jones, including Manitoulin Island, of course. Got lots of bunkies on the island. As I said earlier, the roof is not included. Screens on the windows are included with every model except our summer cabin. And it's really easy to install if you need to. Okay, great question, Ryan asked. How long does it take to build the bunkie in the factory? So come see us, Ryan, if you're close enough, bunkielife.com/tours. We'd love to show you what we're doing there, but we're packing 4 a day generally. So we do usually 2 a shift, and that's about 17 of us working in a kind of factory type model. You got to come see it. It's a work of art. It's been 2.5 years of Carrie and I's life putting it all together, and actually more, not us, it's really our team that have done such a great job building that factory. So we can do a lot in a very short amount of time. When we're really going, we actually do 6 a day. Can these bunkies be in the winter? Absolutely. Can you add insulation? Yes, and we'll talk about that on Thursday. Hi, David. Just want good Canadian quality. Well, fantastic. That's what we're all about. What luck, Vic? Where do you source the wood for your bunkies? Mostly British Columbia, although we will buy some Ontario and even Alberta wood sometimes too, but the majority of it comes from BC. Can you customize a bunkie? So just email in, but Bianca, some things are customizable. We've got a lot of options. If you can make one of our square footages work for your project, it'll save you a ton of money. Changing dimensions is very complicated. Adding a window, super simple. Adding a door, even easier. We can do things like that really easily. Adding extra logs to make your bunkie higher, that's simple, but changing the whole footprint can be expensive. Where there'll be a downloadable version of this replay, it'll be on YouTube. So if you can figure out how to download it off YouTube, yes. Our cousin has one there and he loves it. Cool, that's awesome. Okay, Chicky Lorenz says, can a person set up a bunkie and later take it down? Yes. So we built a bunkie at the CBC studios for the show Dragon's Den a couple years ago. And we built it all in a day. And we tore it all down that day. And we shipped it out actually to Arlene Dickinson because she bought it. So doable, yes. You want to think ahead if that's your plan. And if possible, I would try to not move it. But great question. Jill, is the current contest for Canadian residents only? Will there be another Michigan contest? First, yes, there will be. Yes, this one is only for Canadian residents. Sorry, people from Quebec, you're excluded. We love Quebecers. We sell a lot of bunkies in Quebec, but we're not allowed to do a contest in Quebec for legal reasons. I'm not a lawyer, so don't ask me why, but we can't do it. Rest of Canada, you're in. Michigan, you're out for now. However, will we be doing another Michigan contest? Stay tuned. I'm optimistic. Love our Michiganders. Great question. Thanks for answering my question. Thank you for asking. Is mustiness ever a problem? So it's a log cabin. It breathes pretty well because it's not airtight. It's pretty sealed up. But what I usually do is I'll leave those little damp traps in the spring, because in my climate, I'm in Ontario. I find in the summer when it's freezing, or in the spring when it's freezing and unfreezing, it can get a little damp. So I usually throw in one of those damp traps and we're good to go. I leave my blankets on the bed the entire year. It's never too musty. I assume we could pick up versus deliver. Yes, absolutely pick up at the factory anytime you want. Also, we have depots across the nation in different strategical places. If you're like out west or out east, you can pick up from our different depots. If you just need a Ford F-150 style truck and ideally a double axle trailer for most of the kits. Ontario can now build 10 by 16 without a permit. Can we make? We've got one. Yes, we've got. Check out the Hideaway and the Rockwood Bunkies. What does J grade mean? I'm pretty sure it stands for Japan grade or Japanese grade. Something to do with Japanese. Oh, are you fair? Brenda, are you fairly available for a phone call if needed while the build is going on? Thank you, Brenda, for this amazing question. I feel like people are going to think that I paid Brenda to ask all these amazing questions, but I did not. We have no formal relationship. But Brenda Lynn Brown, great question. So we have build support available by phone from Monday to Saturday. We're off on Sundays, but other than that, you can call us from Monday to Saturday. We got a human being will pick up the phone if you call us. And we have build support. We also have a great series of build videos. So you can actually put it on your iPad or your iPhone and pause it and go back and forth and watch the whole build process. And we have 2 manuals. Number 1, the manual is the Carry version, which is 47 pages long, where every single screw goes, blah, blah, blah. It's like super laid out. And then there's the Dave version, which is 2 pages. The front view, the side view, you'll figure it out. And depending on what level of instructions you like to read, you've got both versions. There's also a roof spec plan once you buy a Bunkie, and the foundation options and plans as well. Should you require full-on engineered stamped drawings, which some townships are now requiring, we've got those too for a small, like, nominal fee. Great questions. Are there any electronic outlets? I'm not sure what that means. Do you mean, does it come pre-installed with electricity? No. Can you pick up from your warehouse and shave the shipping costs? Yes. Is there a transcript for the hearing impaired? I'm sorry, Harry, I don't know. I think there will be. I think it'll be auto-generated by YouTube. And I'm sorry that I'm speaking impaired. If you're hearing impaired, I just apologize. I apologize if you're not hearing impaired, but I also apologize if you're here, especially if you're, is paint better than stain? No, in the case of a Bunkie, you want to stain your Bunkie because it's a wood Bunkie. So stain is made for wood, and you can get stain in any color now. You can get it to look like anything, but you want to use a wood stain. Did he miss the secret word? No, he did not, Yvette Allen. The secret word I'm about to reveal in just a moment. How soon can you paint the Bunkie after you're built? That is a bit of a subjective question. Some people paint it while they're building it or before they build it even. Or sorry, when I say paint, I mean stain. Some people stain the Bunkie after it's built. That's what I usually do. And I usually give it a month or 2 to settle. For the outer Bunkie, should you leave them as is or stain to protect the wood for some type of sealer? I would definitely recommend staining that outside. The 3 things you'll need to do is build the foundation. We'll help you with the plans and stuff. Put the roof on, the finish on the roof on. I recommend a steel roof. And then thirdly, stain it with something to seal it up. How big is the kit? The Haven Ultra, which is the one we're giving away in the contest, is one of our heaviest ones. It's 4,200 pounds. It's about 16 feet long by 4 feet by about 4 feet. So that's the size of the kit. And it can't be broken up into smaller pieces, unfortunately. Would the outside of it need to be regularly sealed to make it last longer? Yeah, we do recommend staining it. Some stains you need to stain every year. I wouldn't recommend them. The better stains are like every 4 or 5 years, like a Osmo or a Sanson. Is anyone else having trouble hearing him? Am I low volume? I'm sorry if I'm low volume, John. Hopefully not. Can you connect 2 bunkies to become 1? Yes. Although you might still need a permit, though. I might put you into permit land. Monica here. Thought I'd watch on YouTube, so switched over. Thanks for all you do and your families for Ronald McDonald House. Thank you. Very kind. Can the bunkie be raised, or does it have to remain on the ground? They definitely have been raised. If you go on our website, click on gallery, there's a lot of kind of treehouse or raised bunkies. Definitely doable. You can raise that up if you'd like, and you're doing it safely with proper structure. You may have missed the word. I've not said the word yet. That's why. Hi from Florida. Hi from Florida. Are you still needing volunteers for the Sick Kids Bunkie builds? Yes, we're always asking for volunteers. If you want to go to bunkielife.com/volunteer. This year, so really like the last couple of years was the insanity of COVID. And we didn't do a ton of those volunteer builds, but we did do a lot of Make-A-Wish builds. And I think this year we're going to try to coordinate that better and get a good group of people all over, ideally Canada, just ready to go. And we can just kind of whip up a build quickly. What does J grade mean? I think Japanese grade. All right. Is it? Allison, thank you for the kind words. Chip says the factory tour is great. Great. Well, thank you, Chip. I'm going to remind everyone, go to bunkielife.com/tours and you can book your own tour if you're serious. If and only if you're serious about getting a bunkie. You're going to want to come see how the best bunkie is made. How pet friendly the bunkie is? Very pet friendly. We're talking about a wooden structure. So I did not give out the code word. Thank you for this kind word, Andrea. People are being very kind to me tonight. Thank you. Oh, here's a good question. Vicky says, how much would someone be able to rent a bunkie out per night? You know what? On Tuesday, what is the date? Sorry, on Tuesday, the 23rd of January. So that's coming up soon. I'm going to do a special presentation just on earning bunkie income, Airbnb short-term rental type thing. So definitely tune in for that, and we can help you with that question. It's a good one. But I was getting an average of about $75 to $100 a night, and that was pre-COVID, money printer go burr. That was 2019, 2020. So I personally know clients getting like $200 a night and more. Can you add a sunlight to the ceiling? Yes, people have done that. It's really awesome. Any thoughts on doing a playhouse? We've thought about it. Yes, we've looked into it, and it's not on the immediate roadmap, but we'd love to do that eventually. Would a propane toilet such as the Cinderella toilet be appropriate for the bathroom shed? I wouldn't call it a bathroom shed. I'd call it a bathroom bunkie. But yes, absolutely. The Cinderella toilet is a fan favorite among some of the Bunkie Life clients. You get to burn your poop up. What can be more exciting than that? Ever consider setting up a demo bunkie in other locations? We have demo bunkies in lots of areas. Our clients are often happy to show their bunkies off. So if you're in a faraway area, we can set up usually a semi-close tour if you're too far away to come see them at the factory. I'm watching from the beginning end. I don't hear the code word yet. Let me tell you that code word right now, folks. The code word tonight is golden. 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 If you go to the bunkielife.com/contest scoreboard and enter that code word golden in, you get yourself more points to win. Now I'm going to stick around and try to answer a few more questions. I was hoping to keep this to a tight hour, so we're getting close. Lori says, the hardware supplied with the bunkie is very high quality, making it easy to work with. Well, thank you for that amazing plug, Lori. Checks in the mail. No, just joking. Lori, I didn't pay Lori to say that, but thank you. Can you okay, this is a question I'm going to get off, and I want to answer it once and for all here. Can you convert a bunkie to a tiny home and live in it in the winter? Okay, there's really two questions in there. Okay, the first question is, physically, can you make the bunkie work as a tiny home? Okay, the second question is, can you legally convert a bunkie into a tiny home and get away with it? That's the second question. Okay, so we get question one, question two. I can firmly say the answer to, can I turn a bunkie into a tiny home and live in it? Absolutely, yes. There are clients doing it. Is it as comfortable as a full-on building code home? No, it's not. But it's a great solution. People have done it very cheaply. People have done it very effectively. People have done it for multiple years. People all across Canada, people up in Ottawa, people in cold parts, people near me, people in BC. It's been done. Okay, I'm not gonna say where specifically, because that lends us to question two. Can you do it and not bring on the ire of the local mafia? That's a completely separate question that I don't want to get into. But that is the real roadblock, is that second part of the question. The first part, can you actually do it? Yes, 100%. After having done this for 7-8 years, I've seen people do it very successfully. Can you do it and get away with it? That is the second question. And it's a very dependent on you, your situation with your neighbors and your local mafia more than anything else. So those are the two questions within that question, and I appreciate it. Does the bunkie come with a floor joist and the wood floor? Yes, it does. Would patio stones be enough to build on? Yes, almost all my bunkies are on a little bit of gravel, some patio stones, good to go for most people, as long as it's not a swampy, soggy area. Would a wood stove be sufficient for a Northern Ontario winter stay? Yes. In most cases, if you insulate the roof and the floor, yes. Where would be a major center in BC? Right now we're shipping to Kelowna, Surrey, and on the island, I think Comox on the island. But I think there might be another location coming into play further north. So just email in if you're serious. Email in and we can get you a couple options. And our strategy on shipping is, how do we get the bunkie to the clients for as cheaply as possible for them without us losing money? That's kind of our shipping mission statement. Any feedback on how property assessments and taxes have been impacted? I don't have much to say, but a lot of times if you don't call in and tell them, how are they ever going to know you have a bunkie? So it's probably unlikely in most cases, asterisk, caveat here, caveat there, to affect your property taxes in a meaningful way. Not a dumb question. There are no dumb questions, only dumb people, Allison. Are they bear safe? Yes. I mean, if maybe not polar bear safe, like if there's a bloodthirsty polar bear outside your bunkie, maybe you're dead. But that'd be true if you're in a tent or even a house in some cases. How is bunkies with pets? You could definitely add a security system and a fire alarm for sure. And with pets, I think it's like any other building. You have to clean up after the pet, but it's a good durable building. Can you put solar panels on the roof? Yes, Dave. I actually have solar panels on one of my bunkies. Works great. How is the new cabana build? You got to come see the cabana. It's awesome. It's like the entertainment bunkie. Big swing out window with a bar top. It's cool. You got to come see it. They come with screens. Yes. Yes, Kathy. What's the most people you have slept in a bunkie? So you can fit quite comfortably six people in a Haven Ultra. And if you want to get nuts, you can add triple bunk beds in the Haven regular Haven. You can go nuts. So probably 6 is the most you can fit in most bunkies. But in most cases, it's 2 or 4. Can you use the bunkie as a bunker during a zombie apocalypse? I don't know yet, Jerome. I'm just training. Okay, I feel like I'm way behind on the questions here, and it's about 9:02. So I'm gonna keep going for another, we'll say 8 minutes. We'll go to 9:10. Keep answering as many questions as I can. If I'm skipping a question, you can always email me, david@bunkielife.com. I would love to answer your emails. If something a burning question I couldn't get to, I apologize. We had hundreds of people on the live stream tonight, which is more than I expected. But I'm super glad to have everyone here. So if you have a burning question I didn't get to, I apologize if I missed it. But just email in david@bunkielife.com. Have we ever had to buy a neighbor a beer and tell them to get their eyes checked? So far, no, but we'll see. That day will come, and I have the beer ready. Can you connect the bathroom bunkie without an issue or requiring a permit? Probably not. I mean, have people done it in a don't ask, don't tell policy? Maybe. Can I recommend that? I cannot. Is there a weight limit? What is the pitch angle on the roof? It depends on the model, right? We've got different models, but that's all part of the building plan we'll give you if you need it. Is there a weight limit for the loft? I believe it's 3,000 pounds, but if you email in, I can give you the exact number. Some people are saying the sound is perfect. Okay, good. I'm really far behind. I asked that question like 10 minutes ago. Do you need a cement pad or can we just use screw and post? Yes. Screw and post are fine. Okay. I'm going to scroll quickly through the comments. I'm sure I've missed people. I apologize. These live streams are really, really fun to do. I hope you've learned something. I hope it's been valuable information. Unfortunately, they're getting so popular that I'm not able to get to everybody as fast as I would like to. Really apologize about that. The code word again is golden. Golden. I just want to say I love seeing the tour of the Haven Ultra and seeing it all set up. It's perfect. bunkielife.com/tours. Bam! Thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. Are you going to play the guitar? Oh, man. I played it earlier. Sorry, Loretta. I don't think I have time to play more. Does the winner have the limited time to collect the bunkie? No. Unlimited time. Within reason. Here in Ottawa, apparently the height can be higher than the highest part of your home. Oh, that's a cool general rule of thumb. Yeah, so that's good to know. I'm in PI looking forward to have a bunkie on my property for my daughter. Well, we're looking forward to serving you, sir. Or ma'am. Okay. I want to say your bunkies are beautiful. Been watching your products for a while. Looking for a nice piece of land close to Manitoba Lake before I get a bunkie. That's great. We'll look forward to serving you when the time is right, sir. Or ma'am. Can't tell when it says Facebook user. How long for most people to install without instructions? Are easy to follow instructions support available? Yes. Phone support Monday to Friday. Great set of instructions. Great build videos for all of our models. And I'd say most people take about a weekend. If it's a larger bunkie, maybe a long weekend. And that's really great if you can ahead of time build the foundation, get it ready. So it's ready to go when all your help comes to build and you can just get it done that weekend. So I'd say maybe, get your foundation done and then give yourself a weekend. That's most people's experience unless they're really slow. If you have an engineer in the family, it'll be twice as long. Double the time if you have an engineer in the family. Are we still in contact with the Dragons? Of course. Of course we are. More is coming out about that shortly. Oh, Keith says, I built my lean-to bunkie in 2 days. That does not include the foundation. I built my Haven Ultra in 2 days. That does not include the foundation, roofing, or anything else. So basically, it was a weekend for Keith to get it done, but he had the foundation ready. And if I remember correctly, Keith did a cement pad, which was overkill, but hey, that's fine. So yeah, so basically it was foundation, and then bunkie was built in 1 day or in 2 days. And that was with a bunch of, as I recall, like it was Keith and his kids helping out. So really awesome videos, Keith. Looking forward to sharing those. Does the kit fit in a half-ton truck? I don't know. You'd have to show me the truck guy. Depends on how long it is, and depends on the kit. If you go to bunkielife.com/delivery, there'll be everything's explained pretty clearly there. Can a woman do it alone? No, it's not. It's not a one woman or man job. It's nothing about you being a woman. It's not a one person job. There are a lot of it you can do by yourself, kind of putter away. You can do the foundation by yourself. It's annoying, but you can. You can build most of the walls yourself. But once you get up into the roof area, it's really, really almost required to have that second person helping you with the beams. I did one by myself and it was dangerous. I would not recommend it. So ideally it's 3 people, minimum 2. And we've had, teams of ladies build it together. So this is not a sexist thing. Any group of 2 or more persons, regardless of their gender or ethnicity or religion or sexual orientation, anyone can build it, but you do need 2 of them. You need 4 sets of hands. Okay. So just for safety. It's mostly when those roof beams, they're big. What would be the best roofing? In my view, a solid metal roof made in Canada, like maybe a Havelock metal roof or a VicWest roof or something like that. Any issues with development permit? Not generally. Usually the permits aren't too hard to get. It's just usually the permits can open up other cans of worms for people. That's what sometimes throws them for a loop. We have engineered drawings for all of our structures, so it's usually not a big deal to get the permit if you want to go that route. Most people don't. I'm going to throw that out there. Most people, if they fit under that size, they're fine. Or if they have cool neighbors and they don't want to rock the boat, they just go. Okay, these are great questions. I've never won anything in my life. Please let me win. No. I'm going to let it pick the winner in a fair, democratic, random way. That's my commitment. Okay. Okay. I think the way the economy is going, this is going to be and already is a winning company. People looking for easy ways to add extra space. She sheds, having space for their grown children, living off grid. Thank you very much. That's very kind, Misty. Okay. All right, I'm trying my best to get through all the questions here. And there's just too many. It's fantastic. I'm glad that that's the problem we're having. It's not the opposite way where there's no questions. When you seal the outside, do you have to stain the inside? No, you don't have to. A lot of people do. A lot of people don't. I think either way is fine. Yeah. Some people say it'd be tricky to do alone, but possible. I would still recommend 2 people though. Actually, Colette is a client and actually a great client. Yeah, it's very challenging to do that roof and the beams, and it's just not safe. That's the major thing. I just want to make sure there's someone there. If you fall, woe is the man who falls in a pit by himself where no one there to catch him. So that's the point, is 2 people. Okay. I hear a lot about BC lumber. Is there potential for you to expand your operations to BC? Well, we do sell to BC a fair bit. We ship probably the second most popular province is other than Ontario is BC. So we ship a lot there. We use BC lumber. Are we going to manufacture there? It's unknown at this point. We probably have a year or 2 before we max out our factory in Ontario, I would say. What is the code word? That code word is golden. All right. Do we have a jig to cut the boards? Do you mean you as a client? You don't need to really do anything to cut. You just install. Us at the factory, you got to come see it. It's quite the elaborate 15,000 square foot facility. There's more than just a jig. There's some crazy machines that cost more than my house doing things. So, but yeah, I'd be happy to show you around if you want to come see it, Wesley, if you're close enough to Rockwood, Ontario. Or we can also Zoom you in virtually. If you want to check that out, go to bunkielife.com/tours. Okay. I want to see the factory. I wait for the snow to go away. Don't wait, Stephanie Jones. Life is short. You could be dead in April. Sorry, that's very morbid. I'm sure you'll be around in April, but wouldn't it be better to come see it? We're going to plow the snow for you. We'll shovel it. The Bunkies will be, some of them will be heated. Come on out before the snow goes away. Alrighty. Okay, it is getting close to my bedtime as well. And I got a kid that's knocking on the door, wanting me to put them to bed. So I might wrap things up. I'm so sorry for the people I didn't get to the comments. I'm going to try to jump on and rapid fire answer comments tonight. But if I don't get to that, I apologize. You can always email in david@bunkielife.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you have between now and this coming Thursday, when we'll be having an amazing live stream where we'll be talking about how to build. All the questions tonight about building that I had to skirt over, we'll go in depth on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, look forward to the week after that, where we'll be having Being a Bunkie Life for a week from today, Sunday. Colette might make an appearance. We'll see. She's amazing. And then Tuesday, the 23rd, is a bonus live stream about how to earn extra Bunkie income, if you want to go that route. And then, of course, Thursday, the 25th, why we do this. What is Bunkie Life all about? What is the reason behind our story? And then, of course, 2 weeks from today, Sunday, the 28th of January. Oh my goodness, we're giving away our best prize ever. The grand prize draw will happen at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then our epic winter sale kicks in and goes until February 6th. If you're a longtime Bunkie Life follower, you'll know that is always the best deal of the year. It's always the best pricing. And you can still book in for a spring delivery. So that's the game plan. I'm laying it out. It's here for you. You don't need to think. You can just jump in on these live streams, attend them, get the extra chances to win the Bunkie, make your mom and dad proud, and finally earn the respect that you deserve as a Bunkie Lifer. Now, just started. But anyways, I've had a blast. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. I hope it's been educational, informative, and helpful. I'm going to get going, but we'll see you again on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.